2, 1. It's the Smarticle Podcast. Brandon has to put some cream on his new rash, so let's give him 5 seconds of silence to attend to his rash. This is unscientific, Brandon, but I read
Wait a second,
it on
dude. You spend a lot of time talking about
Hold on.
rashes. I'm beginning to believe that that's a projection.
This is unscientific, but I read it on Reddit.
Mm.
People who subscribe to
true.
people who subscribe to the Smarticle Podcast or tell a friend to listen to the Smarticle Podcast have 5% less rashes. So,
I heard that they actually, if they subscribe to the podcast, they will find abundant, rich blessings. That's what I've heard.
I'm going with the rash thing. I read it on Reddit, so you
Okay.
you choose your own adventure there.
What subreddit were you on? Rashes?
Yes.
Subreddit on rashes?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
How you found that is shocking.
Honestly, it's not for the faint of heart. It's a little squeamish. Don't go in there unless you.
Is it like that pimple popper on TikTok where they send it? You're like, oh,
Pepto-Bismol right near you.
there are people that literally love to look at people pimpling or popping pimples. They love that. There's a whole thing of it on TikTok. It's so weird. Who wants to look at somebody pop a pimple?
I like when you go and leave the campus and find new things for us, Brandon.
So
Thank
gross.
you.
Anyway, all right, let's do this, Larry.
Here's your headline. AI girlfriends are a privacy nightmare. Matt Burgess from Wired brings us today's article. The woke MAGA meter, please. I love when you go science. There's no
clear 6 to 6.5 on the woke-o-meter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a tech guy.
So he's woke?
Yeah, he's a 6.5 on the woke-o-meter. He's a young tech guy.
Well, the 6.5
I am
MAGA, and one is woke?
No, bro. Pull your head out of your proverbial butt. The mocha-meter, I said he's more woke. So on the mocha-meter, if he was more MAGA, he would be. We've been doing this for 2 years.
Sometimes I don't understand how it works.
This, dude?
I don't know where
it's like literally trying to teach a small child. It's amazing sometimes.
Here's a smidge. Take Romantic AI, a service that allows you to create your own AI girlfriend. Emotional images on its homepage depict a chatbot sending a message saying, "Just bought some new lingerie. Want to see it?" The app's privacy documents, according to Mozilla analysts, say it won't sell people's data. However, when the researchers tested the app, they found it sent out 24,000 ad trackers within 1 minute of use. Romantic AI, like most of the company highlighted in Mozilla's research, did not respond to Wired. Other apps monitored had hundreds of trackers. In general, the apps are not clear about what data they may share or sell or exactly how they use that information. All right, so Brent, if I go to a website that I've never heard of, so not Google, but let's just say I go to shavemylegs.com.
Okay.
I'm assuming, Larry Olson is assuming that they're nefarious, and I would give them none of my good information.
None.
Okay, so I need a percent of the average American population that goes to shavemylegs.com and would have no problems giving up their credit card information.
I don't know about credit card information because I'm not sure they're necessary. That's probably
once again good
just
information.
Like good information, like their name, their address, all that stuff. I think it's probably 50%. My wife gives out more crap. Yes, dude. I am constantly having to tell my wife, please do not sign up for this crap. This is an Albanian hacker that is just, I am constantly, I pay for this security protocol thing. I am constantly going in there. Oh, this is a weak. My wife puts in like a password, which is like dog1. I'm like, you cannot do that. People just don't care or think that it's that big of a deal.
So there you go. Americans are dumb. Brandon just said it. And then now you've got some horned out guy going to a romantic chatbot.
Horned out. Okay.
He's going to a romantic chatbot. And of course, he's going to give the robots all of his credit card numbers, social security number. So you're just saying we haven't learned anything about the robots.
Yes, I think that's exactly right. I mean, okay. So the AI girlfriend thing, I mean, I think that most of this is just lonely dudes probably, or maybe lonely gals, but mostly lonely dudes who just want to get a little sexy time with their robot friend. So they're driven by the need for sexual gratification, and they're not using their little head is thinking for them, not the big head.
Really?
So yes, I think that's why they're like, oh, how bad can it be? I'm like, really bad. If they set out, look, if Wired magazine, which is a very respected tech magazine, asked to interview you and you're a legit company, hold on. Too loud?
Yep.
How's that? Better?
Yep.
Is that better? All right. So Wired Magazine, which is a legitimately respected magazine, asked for an interview and you're like, nope, not going to do it. You are not legit, period. Because if you were a legit company, you'd be like, yeah, we use, I mean, gosh, we know Google chases all sorts of data down, right? But if you are an ad company or a company and you're culling data and you don't want to talk to Wired, you're bad. You're Russian, you're Chinese, you're Albanian.
Okay, so here's my second part, which you tried to mess up. Why, if you're not a horned out man wanting to speak with the romance robot, not use a pretty good password so that the robots can then not affect all of your business?
Well, yeah, at the very least, just use Google's password protection thing, where they create the password for you. I use a password protector. We've talked about it on this show.
Oh,
I'm not going into that. I'm not.
No, but you humble brag about this super secret password thing that beams from a laser.
That is not a humble brag. That is an absolute brag. There's no humbleness about it. If you don't have one, you're an idiot. And I will bet dimes and dollars on this show right now, you do not have one.
I don't.
Okay, so you trust Google.
And I don't go to the robots looking for romance.
Yeah, but you go to Google, they're still culling data.
Okay, well, I feel like Google's...
So anyway, oh yeah, Google, yeah, you could trust them. They're totally trustworthy. Yeah. I mean, that's what you just nailed it on the head, bro. Anyone listening right now heard Larry say, well, Google seems like you cannot trust any of them. I have a buddy that was in the Coast Guard. He worked in there, like there's like that branch of the government where they work with all the secret stuff. And he was part of that. And he literally, he doesn't have a cell phone. He's gone like full off the grid because he doesn't trust anything. Now, I think it's a bit crazy. I love the dude, but that's a little bit wacky. But his point is, listen, man, they can get your information if you are linked up, no matter what it is.
I need to start cataloging all of your friends that you name drop on the show.
I didn't name it. I didn't put anyone's name in there. I've lived a long time.
You've got security friends.
As opposed to you, I'm
actually friends.
I care about people and I'm interested in interesting people. You don't.
Okay. All right. You kind of mentioned this previously, but I want to say it again. And so we've got the security part of this story covered. Here's another part from the story. Speaking with chatbots can make some people feel more comfortable to discuss topics that they would not normally bring up with other people.
Yeah.
Here is the point I'd like to make.
Okay.
When you're speaking to a chatbot, Brandon, you're not speaking with a person. This article even gets it wrong. They're saying you bring up something that you would not bring up with people. So some lonely man goes on to talk with the robot chatbot about love and then starts spilling his guts because it's a freaking robot.
Right. Yes, I could not agree more. I don't look, man. If you know fully well going in, hey, I'm just gonna. It's like people that watch porn. If you watch it, and you know it's fake, and you're okay with that. That's fine. But don't. If you start thinking, oh, I think that it's like the dude that goes to the strip bar, which would drive me crazy. They'd be like, I think she really likes me. I'm like, bro, she likes you as long as you're throwing money at her. That robot does not like you. That it is literally.
I actually want to agree with you or disagree with you. The stripper does not like that person. The robot actually might like this. Seriously.
If they're programmed to like them. Yes. So that might sort of be true. But the bottom line is that robot has also got some programming in it that says, take all their information and send it to the Chinese hacker that has it. And then we're going to use that information to rob, to steal, to do whatever we're going to do with that information.
So I know you're not a robotics expert and you're the wrong person to ask this.
But I play one on this podcast.
You are looking for love. You go to the romance bot.
Sure.
You start typing and talking and engaging in this discussion. Do you eventually forget that you're talking to a robot and that's how these men get into this?
I suppose so. I suppose that you can. I mean, again, I have never done this. I don't really know anybody that has.
You know what?
I don't have a lot of data. I don't have a lot of data.
Have you ever gone to one love robot? Come on.
No, never gone to a love robot. I don't even like talking to chat AI robots. But I imagine that most of the people, I said this on the last time we talked about this subject, right, in this super show, that I think most of these people are using this for sexy time. I don't think it's about relationship. But if there are people on there that are looking for love and relationship, they're dispelling, it's sort of like they dispel reality in order to do that.
Okay, so this leads me perfect into the last point I'd like to take us to.
Oh, the last point.
Is this the inevitability of what's coming in this world? Are we headed to, we're all going to have love robots in our life, and Brandon, you better just sit back and enjoy it because Maple is going to have a friend robot when she's 30 years old.
Yes. Here's what I think. This has been sort of a genre or a trope of science fiction forever.
Yes.
There was a great show on Netflix called
Blade
Altered
Runner.
Carbon. Blade Runner, but
I
there was one
saw
called
it.
Altered Carbon. Did you see Altered Carbon?
No.
Right? Well, the guy's like has
Her.
he has a projected robot, and it's you know, this robot that has it's like his friend, but it's not real, and the robot struggles with that. My point is, this is a trope. Okay, so but lots of science fiction tropes prove to be real. The Matrix has proved to be real to a degree.
What?
Sure. If you could go
I never took the red pill,
bro. If you could put on these you know, all the glasses that make you see the world differently, in a sense, you're in the Matrix. So to what point are they going to be able to just go right into your cerebral cortex and make you believe that you are eating the steak? I'm just saying it's going to happen.
I haven't learned karate just by being plugged in yet. When's that happening?
Well, you're not in the Matrix yet. When you get plugged in, you will learn karate.
This is the 4th time I've asked you this question before we wrap up. When your daughter Maple is 30 years old, the odds that she will have a robot friend?
0.
That's bull. You just said she was going to.
No. You said the world. My daughter will not have a robot friend. No. She might not even be friends with Trey. I think Trey, your son Trey, most likely will have a charmer. He will have a sexy robot girlfriend.
No.
Yeah.
Ellis, perhaps. Ellis, definitely. But Trey, no way. There is no way.
Actually, I honestly think that your daughter would be more likely to be taken over by a robot lover.
No, it's Ellis.
But I think
honestly, I think he's a robot himself. I think he is a robot.
No, you're talking about my best friend now, so be careful what you say.
I think he's a robot.
I wonder if, in all seriousness, I wonder as we close out, I wonder if these people are getting so good and AI is getting so good. I wonder if they're going to be able to sort of tap into what is it that we're actually looking for.
Ooh.
You know, to build a friendship around. They know exactly the kinds of things that we want, so they're going to find those things. But you know, regardless.
What are they going to find it right here, Brandon? What are they going to find right in this region?
They're going to find
Brandon.
There's no heart there.
What?
You've got to be one of the weirdest dudes I've ever met. Larry, I'd love to thank you for teaching us that we're all going to love a robot someday.